Hey guys, how's it going? Miso here, and I am back at you with another Maplestory 2 video. So today what I'm going to be talking about are all the other things you can do outside of just grinding in Maplestory 2. Now I say all of it, but there's only a few things featured in this video, and I'm sure there's much more. So in the background right now, you are looking at one of the mini-games, the many mini-games that you are allowed to play in Maplestory 2. Now these mini-games pop up, I believe, I'm not entirely sure, but it seemed like it was like every hour they pop up and you have a choice between 3 things. Usually it's 2 mini-games and 1 like PvP event, and this one is like the Ludibrium Rush or something like that. I'm not sure what it's going to be called in the GMS version, but it's basically like a jump quest where you are competing against other people, and the first one to get to the top gets access to all these chests that you can break open and get rewards from. And of course, people following can still go and break these chests, but if you're not the first one, the chests are probably going to be all gone by the time you're up there. But I think one of the cool things about this mini game format is that you actually get EXP for doing this. So when you complete the mini game or you complete stages of the mini games, you get EXP. I'm not sure if the Ludibrium one gives it to you if you don't beat it, but I know that some of the other mini games that have multiple stages will reward you with EXP after each stage. So let's actually take a look at the dance mini game, because that one is very clear when you get EXP. So this is the dance mini game, and as you can see, there's a bunch of people here, just like the Ludibrium one earlier. So the point of the dance mini game is to basically get your character to dance or something, and then the dancing really isn't the main portion. The main portion comes up right now. After you finish dancing, numbers will pop up on the tiles. So the yellow tiles that you see on the screen will have numbers, as you see right now. So there's like 1, 2, 5, goes up to like 8 or 9 or something like that. But the point of it is to get into the tile with the number. So like I'm in the number 2 one right now, right? So once you get in, you're going to click on spacebar and then you're going to fortify your zone. So you want 2 people in the number 2 zone, and then you fortify to prevent other people from getting in. And after the timer on the top runs out, as you can see it's counting down right now, you win the round basically if you're in the right area with the right number of people. So as you can see, a bunch of people dropped off because they were either not in one of the yellow blocks or they didn't have the right number of people in the yellow blocks. And as you can see, my character is proceeding to dance again. And that is basically this mini game. Each round goes by and you win or lose based on how many people are in the block that you're standing on. And at the end of each round, you actually get EXP. So if you go through the round and you don't fail and drop off, you will get a chunk of EXP at the end, which you will see in just a moment here. And the round ends right here. See people drop off, and bam, I get a chunk of EXP, and actually that EXP let me level up. As you can see in the center, it says skill point because I just leveled up. And if you look closely on the bottom, not sure if you can see it, but I'm very close to 0%. I gained about 4% from this round, and that's quite a bit of EXP if you add it up together. So I think that's really cool that you have the opportunity to level up while you're doing these mini games. Now we're going to fast forward to the last round, and here you can see that we actually survived and this person got the most points. So for this mini game, if you are on a higher number, then you get more points, and that person had the most points. As you can see, I also got some rewards for winning, and something that I'm not really sure I actually don't like very much, is that when you win these mini games, you get a lockbox, and you need a key to open that lockbox, much like other games. Now the next game that I'm going to highlight is the OX game, or whatever you call it, the Exo Quiz. It's actually something that exists in Maplestory 1 as well. And it's basically a set of questions where they ask you, is this true or false, usually relating to the game, and you go to the squares that match that answer. So if it's true, you go to the O, false, you go to the X. But unfortunately for me, I don't know how to read Chinese, and the questions weren't translated into Chinese by the English patch, so I actually just failed on the first round, which you'll see shortly. I actually didn't even know that the question had started, and I was in the middle, so it could have been a 50-50, but because I didn't even realize the game had started, I actually just failed right on the spot. But the nice thing about this one is that unlike some of the other mini games, when you fail, you actually get to leave the arena. So it'll bounce you out of this, winning or this quiz part, and then you will be able to see, here's the question, and I don't know how to read it. I didn't even know it popped up because I didn't know it was a question. And then it's gonna pop me out after a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bam, I lost, and shows the losing screen. And then I get bounced out to this area, which you can actually just leave, unlike the next mini game that I'm going to show. This next mini game is basically it's kind of like a floor is lava type of deal. You have to find the block that isn't shaking and stand still on it. So as you can see, the block starts shaking, and I have to go find the block, and then it'll bounce everybody who's on the shaking block out of the arena. This is kind of annoying because it was really laggy when I was playing it, so I actually had to zoom in a little bit so it was less laggy. And if the game is really laggy, it's really hard to notice like the shaking of the individual blocks. So I had a little bit of difficulty with this, but I was luckily able to get close to the final round, but I actually got tossed out close to the end. And also, this is probably very ping related as well, because I am connected to the Chinese servers from the US. Ping is a little bit of an issue. And sometimes you may be stepping in the right block, but it'll register you as on another block and it'll pop you out through that. So that was kind of terrible and annoying, but it's okay. It's a lot of fun, and of course you get EXP from this as well. Now, what I was mentioning earlier was that if you lose, for this one you actually have to stay in the game until the round ends. A lot of times you fail, my first time playing this, I failed immediately. So see here, I get bounced out and I stay here, and you can't actually leave the arena. So that kind of sucks, and you have to wait until everybody finishes before you can leave. Now let's move on to something beyond minigames. The theme of this video is things that you can do outside of just grinding. And I think the most amazing thing, and the thing that I'm probably going to be using and playing with the most is, well, it's unfortunately cash related, but it's the creation of custom NX, custom clothes. And while I would love to show you some of that, it would be, one, terrible if I were to do it myself because I'm a terrible artist, but also two, I don't know how to get NX cash on the Chinese server. I'm sure there's ways, but I'm not sure if I'm super comfortable with giving China my credit card number. So I'm in the background right now, as you can see. It's just the Maple Fest video footage. So credits to them for making this. So this part is them actually going through and customizing a design. So the cool part is you can customize a design with anything you want, and you can do it even outside of the Maplestory client. So you can make very intricate designs that will be really cool and unique. And of course, with Maplestory 2, you are allowed to sell these designs on the store. So after you finish making them, you can go and put them on the store. People could buy it for NX, and you can earn NX for making these designs if people are interested in it. Now, I feel like nobody's gonna buy my designs, but who knows, maybe I'll become creative all of a sudden and make something cool. But I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's designs and hopefully seeing some cool ones that I might or might not buy, depending on how creative I feel. But yeah, that's about it. Oh yeah, and actually, what's also really cool is you can make hats and masks. I'm sure a lot of you know this because you watched the Maple Fest video, but you can make masks like that and make your character just look like whatever you want. So I thought that was really cool, and something beyond just making NX clothes, but you can also make the face of your character look very unique. I can only imagine what people on the internet are going to do. But thanks a lot, guys, for watching as always, and I'll see you next time. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing y'all on the servers. Peace.